Hello. Welcome back. I am Zeke Alexander, and I'm here to give my 2 cents on what is going on in the news right now. I've chose to discuss Justin Timberlake's DWI, Kenya Moore's suspension from Real Housewives of Atlanta, Ashanti's secret marriage, Monique Samuels, and speaking on what was the real deal with her actually joining Traitors. And lastly, Remy Ma and her son being arrested for Erdermaga, or unaliving somebody. I like to speak pig language with the words that are sensitive to YouTube. So you'll be hearing me say some of the sensitive words in pig Latin. If you don't know what pig Latin is, I can explain it later. It's really simple. We're just gonna jump right into it. I want to start with Kenya Moore. As you know, everybody's been making videos on Kenya Moore and her suspension, possibly firing. We don't know. I don't know. I don't have any inside scoop on it. Only thing I can do is talk about what it is I pull up online, what the other blogs are saying. But I'm just gonna read from some of the websites. One would be USA Today. The headline is Kenya Moore suspended indefinitely from the Real Housewives for revenge porn allegations. Okay. It says Kenya Moore has been suspended indefinitely from the Real Housewives of Atlanta by Bravo following claims of revenge porn paga. The 1993 Miss USA is being paused by the network after an altercation with the new cast member Britt Edie. A source familiar with the situation but not authorized to speak publicly tells USA Today the Atlanta iteration of the network's popular franchise recently reshuffled its cast with newbies and former show stars after fan criticism. The network is currently filming its 16th season of the show, announced last month that returning cast members Kenya Moore, Portia Williams, Shamia Morton, Mwangi, and Drew Sidor will join newbies Edie, Angela Oakley, Kelly Farrell, full-time peach holders alongside the RHL. Oh my God, why am I so tongue-tied? The Real Housewives of Atlanta personality Cynthia Bailey as an official friend of the group. According to People and Entertainment Tonight, Moore was suspended for unveiling photos depicting Edie, an insurance mogul allegedly participating in a sex act during the recent grand opening of the Kenya Moore Hair Spa in Atlanta. It is not currently clear if Moore will return to the cast. Kenya Moore posted earlier this month to address the claims of revenge porn on X. I would never engage in revenge porn. I have never distributed private images or footage of anyone, nor solicited images owned by others to use to threaten or blackmail. Moore said on the platform on June 8th, adding a fire emoji, I have always been vindicated. I can't talk about the story even with people planning fake news. Hashtag Sweet 16. In another article released on June 17th, it states that Kenya Moore broke her silence as she was after she was reportedly suspended indefinitely from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She says, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. The truth always comes to light, Moore said on the social media following her reports of her suspension. The actress took to social media to address the reports that she had been suspended from filming the reality series after allegedly sharing explicit images of Britt Edie. We already went through that. The images, which were reportedly displayed on posters at last week's event, were allegedly found online, reports Entertainment Tonight. Moore slammed the reports on X. Britt Edie also addressed this story on her Instagram story, stating, it's never a good feeling being targeted or hazed by someone I thought would embrace me into a new circle that I never met. She added, for the record, I have never once had possession of any weapons or threatened anyone ever. I have never been to jail, in a fight, or even had as much of a speeding ticket. That's not my character. I am hurt by the narrative that's being displayed. Wrong is wrong. Moore has been a cast member of Real Housewives of Atlanta since 2012. The reality series is currently filming its 16th season, which will premiere in 2025, according to Bravo. So, according to Bravo, we will still be getting a season 16. So all you people out here saying it's going to get canceled, they're just going to throw it away, they're just going to scrap season 16 because of all the Portia drama and now the Kenya Moore drama. Doesn't seem like it just yet. So fingers crossed that we'll be getting a season 16 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And we'll get to see some of this drama play out. I really hope that Kenya is not fired. I mean, how do we have Roa without Kenya? I know there's a lot of people that feel like Kenya should be gone. She doesn't bring anything. You know, she just starts mad. I mean, there's truth in all of that. I mean, there's truth in all. Like, she hasn't really had a big storyline other than her divorce and her husband. Really, in the past few years, we don't have anything, and now her hair care salon. But other than that, we really didn't have much storyline to go through from her. She's pretty much given her all, just like they say that Candy gave all hers. She gave all her storyline is now complete. Like we've seen her get married, we've seen her have a baby, we've met her family, we've seen her go through things with her businesses, with her friends, with people that she's employed. I mean, of course, I wanted to see Candy come back, but I'm not mad that she's gone per se, because there's not really much more that we need to learn from Candy. And I'm feeling the same way about Kenya, honestly, but Kenya gives, good reads and good drama. Like, she's going to get it popping. She's going to get it started. She's going to bring up the things that the producers want her to bring up and get the scene popping. So, yeah, they're going to bring her back. I mean, they're going to bring her back. I'm pretty sure they're going to bring her back. If not, I don't know if I'll be watching season 16 without Kenya Moore on it. I don't know. And I mean, maybe we can touch on her friendship and how things are going on between her and Cynthia, because I don't know what Cynthia has going on, what's her storyline she has going on for this season. So that we will have to see. But yeah, that's all I have for that right now on Kenya. Now we can move on to Mr. Justin Timberlake. Ooh. Oh, Justin. Can we say karma? Can we say karma? That's what it's seeming like. That's what it's seeming like. It's seeming like you're getting your karma for all that BS that you put my girl Janet Jackson through. You wanted to maintain this goody two shoes, I'm a good boy image, when really that is just not the truth. By all looks and appearances from your mugshot, baby, you were lit. You were intoxicated. And you talking about one margarita? No, that does not happen from one margarita unless you're a lightweight. Off one, I know, no, you're not a drinker. But I find it hard to believe that you're not a drinker, and your first drink that you would go to would be a margarita, which is pretty strong. So I highly doubt that you're lightweight. Highly doubt that you're light. I mean, I don't know if you're a light drinker or not, but the facts are the facts. We all know getting behind the drink with even one drink is really not recommended. It's really frowned upon, even though a lot of people do it. I've seen a lot of people get behind the drinks with way more than one drink behind it. But you, sir, you were intoxicated. You failed those field sobriety tests from what was said that, that the police officer were giving you, and you would not submit to, I think, a blood test or the other, and you wouldn't submit to a breathalyzer, but you couldn't even walk a straight line, from what I understand. So that doesn't happen off one drink unless you ain't. I mean, it's like the circumstances would really have to be drastic, for you to be that twisted off one drink. I don't believe it. But let's get into what the police. I'm sorry, I said margarita. He said martini actually, but martinis they're not lightweight drinks. I'm sorry. I'm still going to stick by what I said when it comes to the margarita. Nonetheless, we're going to go to NBC News here. It says Justin Timberlake was arrested on a DWI charge in the Hamptons. He told the police, "I had one martini." The pop star was taken into custody in the Sag Harbor community of the Hamptons on Long Island, New York, and accused of driving while intoxicated. According to NBC News, Justin Timberlake claimed he had just one martini before he was pulled over and failed field sobriety tests and was arrested on suspicion of intoxicated driving early Tuesday in the affluent Hamptons area of Long Island, police said. Timberlake, who had identified as a 43-year-old Franklin, Tennessee resident in a criminal complaint, was arraigned and released without having to post bail about 9 hours after he was arrested. He pleaded not guilty and was ordered to appear in the court on July 26th, officials said. His attorney, Edward Burke Jr., said in a statement Wednesday, "I look forward to vigorously defending Mr. Timberlake on these allegations. I will have a lot to say at the appropriate time, but I am currently awaiting full discovery from the district attorney's office." Timberlake was behind the wheel of a gray Florida registered BMW when he was stopped a little after 12:15 a.m. near Madison Street and Middle Lane Highway, initially for driving through a stop sign and failing to stay on the right side of the road, according to the criminal complaint. Once police spoke to Timberlake, they said it was clear that he was not in shape to drive, according to the complaint written by the Sag Harbor Police Officer Michael Arkinson. It was ascertained that the defendant was operating said vehicle in an intoxicated condition and that his eyes were bloodshot, which you can clearly see from this mugshot, and glassy. He had a strong odor of an alcohol beverage that was emanating from his breath. He was unable to divide attention. He had slowed speech. He was unsteady afoot, and he performed poorly on all standardized field sobriety tests, Arkinson wrote. Hello, meaning he was wasted, okay? He was lit. He was not off no one damn martini. Get the out of here. Like, Justin, no. Come on now. It says that Timberlake struggled to walk heel to toe and stand on one foot without swaying or using arms to balance, the report said. The officer quoted Timberlake as saying, "I had one martini and I followed my friends home." He also declined to be tested for impairment, said police, who alleged he told them, "No, I'm not going to take a chemical test." They go that white privilege, but I ain't gonna go there. NBC News legal analyst Danny Savala said a refusal can be introduced at trial to establish conscious evidence of guilt. It is the predicate for revocation of driving privileges. I don't know why I couldn't get that word. Timberlake had dined at the American Hotel in the Hamptons community of Sag Harbor and then headed to a friend's house when he was pulled over by the police, a source close to him said. Okay, looks like Justin is flexible. And that's all I'm gonna say with that. Just a day before he was arrested, Timberlake's wife, actor Jessica Biel, gushed about him being as the rock of their family, pledging to keep him eternally grounded and warm. Biel's loving words are a stark contrast to the backlash Timberlake has faced from fans of former girlfriend Britney Spears. He did her wrong. I love Britney. Britney's going through a lot right now. We all just need to pray for her. Pray that she gets the help that she needs. That somebody can convince her to get some help, because it doesn't seem like she's doing very good mentally. But that's all I'm going to say about that. Timberlake, who rose to fame and the popular NSYNC group, wasn't portrayed flatly in Spears' memoir last year, The Woman in Me. The pair, who met as kids on the set of the Mickey Mouse Club, dated from 1999 to 2002. Spears wrote that she had an abortion, after she got pregnant by Timberlake, and she accused him of cheating on her a couple of times. In January, Spears apologized on social media for offending anyone with her memoir and complimented Timberlake on his latest single. I wouldn't have, and I wouldn't apologize to anybody. That's her business. If she want to tell about her abortion, she can do that. And she want to tell about that ignorant ass man cheating on her, she could do that too. Get out of here. No, I wouldn't apologize for ish. Days later, at a show in New York City, Timberland kicked off another round of online criticisms by saying he'd like to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely effing nobody. Okay. Alright. Well, we'll see if you're apologizing when your ass is in court in July for this DWI. Okay, Mr. Timberlake, Mr. Justin, Mr. I only had one martini. Yeah, right. All right. We'll see. We'll see you in court. According to U.S. Weekly, his wife, Jessica Biel, has been extremely upset following her husband's DWI arrest. Jessica is extremely upset. She was shocked to hear the news and had no idea as she was working. Really worried about him, I guess. That's a grown-ass man. I mean, but I get it. That's her husband. She's supposed to worry, blah, blah, blah. He was only charged with a single count of DWI for refusing a breathalyzer test. He was also cited for 2 traffic violations. Bill, his wife, 42, has not publicly addressed Timberlake's arrest. She is currently filming The Better Sister in New York City. The actress has been married to Timberlake since 2012, and they share sons Silas, 9, and Phineas, 3. Per the source, Timberlake told Bill that he was barely drinking. She always gives Justin the benefit of the doubt, an insider adds. A second source, meanwhile, tells us that Timberlake was taking a quick break from his Forget the World Tomorrow tour. Justin was at the dinner with friends, and he just wanted to enjoy some downtime and have fun, the insider says. He and his friends didn't even really drink that much, so they were just shocked that he was pulled over. They didn't drink that much, or he only had 1 drink. Okay, so your friends, insiders, friends telling on ya. They didn't say you only had 1 drink. They said they got drank a little. That's not the same as saying you only had 1 drink. The source also states that Timberlake has not really been drinking while touring. He's been really healthy while on the tour, the insider notes. He is scheduled to report back to court on July 26th. And his lawyer is making plans to defend his lies. Allegedly. I don't know. I just don't believe it. So, allegedly he only had 1 drink. And yeah, but we shall see. So, now we move on to Ashanti and her husband, Nelly, was born Cornell Iral Hayes Jr. And Ashanti, whose full name is Ashanti Shakoya Douglas, officially married on December the 27th, 2023. Wow. No additional information about their nuptials is apparent. According to the St. Louis County Recorder, they quietly tied the knot according to the legal documents on the database. So apparently they got married in St. Louis, Missouri. This was first reported by TMZ. Representatives for the pair did not immediately respond to New York Times request for comment. Just months ago, Ashanti confirmed that she and the hot and hair rapper 49 were betrothed and expecting their first child together. The baby singer, 43, told Essence in April that she was looking forward to entering motherhood with my family, fiance, and loyal fans who have been so supportive of my career. According to the database, the R&B stars married shortly after rekindling their romance in September. Nelly confirmed that the romance with Ashanti in an interview with Rashida of Love and Hip Hop on her Boss Moves TV show. Never seen it, never heard of it, won't be watching. Not that I wouldn't. I love Rashida. I like Rashida. Because I still am not a big fan of how she treated my girl, K. Michelle, when they were on the show together. I heard that. I side-eye how she treated the mistress / baby mama. You know, even though she wasn't perfect, but I still didn't like the way she was being treated. But, you know, I'm not her. I wasn't in the situation. My man didn't go out and have a baby on me, so I can only speak for what I saw on the show. At any rate, yes, he revealed that to Rashida. Yeah, we cool again, he said at the time. I think it surprised us both, though. It wasn't anything that was planned. I think we both pretty much doing what we do. I don't know why I started talking in that accent. I just wanted to do it. And Ashanti had split up way back, like 10 years ago in 2013. Or they had dated on and off for 11 years before they called it quits in 2013. Ashanti also opened about how Nelly proposed to her, telling E.T. in an interview that it was such a beautiful, intimate moment. I cried. I gave him the biggest hug and kiss ever. I FaceTimed everybody I know, she said, and then added that she and Nelly were probably ready to walk down the aisle. Well, it looks like y'all already did. Y'all walked down that courtroom aisle, signed those papers. Congratulations. Neither of the artists have publicized their marriage on social media. Ashanti added in her ET conversation that she does not want to be pregnant at her wedding. Well, I guess you weren't, since you already had it. She also addressed that the viral moment that launched pregnancy rumors. During a performance at an ATL event in September, the rival female rapper playfully caressed her stomach. She did not know she was pregnant at the time, she says. When he blurted out that on the stage, we actually did not know. I hadn't even taken a test at the time, she told ET. The singer said she just was fixing her wardrobe at the time, but Nelly was making it look like something. The incoming child is Ashanti's first and Nelly's third child. He shares two grown children, Chanel and Cornell Hayes III, with his ex-girlfriend, Shanetta Valentine. Never in a million years did I think Nelly and I would be here, Ashanti told ET. Like 10 years ago, maybe, but after our breakup, I didn't even think we'd have a conversation again. And look at that. Now y'all married, having a baby. Go ahead, girl. I'm so happy for you. We wish you the best. We wish you a great pregnancy and a healthy child. And a strong and lasting marriage. You know, I guess you want to start that off by keeping people out your business, because that's why y'all didn't tell people y'all got married. And I'm not mad about it. Hey, do what you got to do to maintain your happiness and your health and everything else. So I respect it. Congrats. And yes. Can't wait to see your beautiful bundle of joy and however much we have left. Now we move on to Miss Monique Samuels and why she will not be on the next upcoming season of Traitors, which is one of my favorite shows. I loved it. Phaedra gave me all my life last season. I did not like how it ended. I did not like the fact that those two itches, we'll call them itches, and add the B, took their prize from MJ and didn't share it. Like Trishelle and CT, y'all are terrible. She, like, that was so fucked up to me. That was so messed up. Like, how dare y'all not share that prize with her? I digress. I'm moving on. So anyway, I'm reading an article from the Jasmine brand. It says RoHop alum Monique Samuels explains why she didn't join Traitors. Claims producers were shady and wanted to also cast Candace Dillard Bassett, who we know is kind of her arch enemy. I don't know if they're really enemies. They're not friends for sure. And I don't know if they would have been able to patch things up or whatever could have happened on that season if they were actually going to be together. But as we know, it won't be happening. And we're going to get into what she says. It states, the Real Housewives of Potomac alum recently shared during an interview on Instagram Live why she decided not to join the popular reality competition show Traitors for season 3.
What happened with the Traitors? I considered doing the show. I was really excited about it. Number one, let me back up and just say that I didn't realize that the Traitors was like NBC Universal. I don't watch TV. So when the opportunity came about, my manager reached out and was like, hey, would you want to do the Traitors? And I'm like, what is it? Oh, it's like a competition challenge kind of show. And, you know, like Fear Factor meets Mind Games and this, that, and that. I was like, oh, that sounds fun. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm interested. Put my name in there. Oh, okay. This is interesting. But then still I was down. So, I heard that they wanted me to be on the show. I said, okay, let's do it. We started talking numbers. I was like, you know, for me to go away for that period of time, I need to make sure the money's good. And I also need to make sure, because I have children, I have 3 kids, and I have a home, and I have a dog, and I have a parrot. So I'm like, I got to make sure that it makes sense for me to leave my job for a whole month or however long. It needs to make sense, right? So that was one concern. Last minute, you know, they act like you don't have a life outside of whatever it is they're trying to do. And I just was like, you know what? They're taking too long. If they don't come back with something really soon and respond to whatever, you know, raising their offer and give me some better numbers, then I'm not gonna be able to do it. And that's pretty much what happened. But then I heard about shady stuff that was going on. So apparently they were trying to put me and Candace from RHOP on the Traitors at the same time. I didn't know that she was pregnant. I didn't know that she was supposed to be on the show. And the only reason that I found out is because my manager is well connected. And we started finding out all of this stuff. And I'm like, first of all, that's low down to try to put a pregnant woman in that position. That's jacked up, number one. Second of all, I don't even know why a person that's pregnant would even do that show or want to do that show, because it's a lot of physical challenges and stuff in there. So I thought that was weird. But regardless, something from a totally different show and try to make it something that could potentially be very nasty. When I watched the first and second season of the Traitors, and I watched the other Traitors, like Traitors UK, all of that, it wasn't about their personal lives. I actually was really excited about the opportunity in being able to do the show. I started finding out all of the shady shenanigans that were also going on behind the scenes, and they couldn't afford me. So I was just like, I'm not doing this. And then shady stuff that was going on, I was like, you know what? Let them know that I decline not only this season, but every other season. Like, I'm not doing it at all now, because now you turned me off. And that is what you call boundaries. I have to do stuff. You know, I don't feel obligated to do anything that I'm not excited about. So that took the excitement away, because it was almost like y'all were trying to be shady and set things up. You don't know who else is going to be there until you land. So I thought that was really like low down, especially because everybody knows that that situation is very sensitive. That if it was two white women that from another like housewife show, I highly doubt that they would put them in that position. So like queens like that, like I don't care whatever they think might have happened behind the scenes or in front of the scenes. When it came to that situation, that's what I'm not about to do, or me. And number two, they were trying some shady stuff, which made me say I'm not ever doing that show. So, and it would have been really cool, because I do like stuff like that. Like, so I don't deal with the mess.
She began by mentioning that she was initially really excited and considered the opportunity. However, things quickly took a turn. She began by mentioning that she was initially really excited and considered the opportunity. However, things quickly took a turn as she claimed that the show's producers were dragging their feet during the contract negotiations. Monique Samuels stated, "We started talking numbers. For me to go away for that period of time, I need to make sure that the money is good. That was one of my concerns. Then with the reality TV stuff, it's always last minute. They act like you don't have stuff outside of whatever it is they're trying to do." Monique Samuels explained that the producers were taking too long to finalize everything, and she felt that they didn't follow up soon with a better offer, and that she would have to pass on the gig. Along with contract negotiations, she also mentioned that her manager informed her that her former Real Hop castmate, Candace Dillard Bassett, was also in talks to join Traitors. Samuels elaborated, "On the back end, I heard about some shady stuff that was going on. Apparently, they were trying to put me and Candace from Real Hop on Traitors at the same time. Why would you try to take something from a totally different show and try to make something that could potentially be very nasty?" Monique concluded, "I found out all of the shady shenanigans that were also going on behind the scenes, and they couldn't afford me. So I was like, I'm not doing this. Everybody knows that the situation between me and Candace is very sensitive, and you ain't going to be doing us black queens like that. No." So it seems like Monique is not here for the drama. She's not here to being set up, and she's here to make her points. Because if she's going to be away from her kids, her regular job, and anything else she has going on, she wants it to be worth her while. And she does not want to be set up to be put in some, old drama that y'all want to rehash to bring, a storyline to this show that is needed. It's a game show. We're here to play a game. We don't need to be hashing out former beefs from our, reality show time that was years ago that we've moved on from, and that we're trying to just, be positive about, as positive as you can, because, it was a fight and everything else, blah, 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 y'all know. So she's just like, I'm not here for it. I'm trying to move on. I just want to make my money. I want to have fun. She was like, the show was so fun to her. It looked so fun. She watched all the iterations of it. And now she's like, she told him, no, I'm not going to do it. And I'm not, and you can forget asking me about any other seasons from then on, because y'all about the mess, and I'm not here for the mess. So keep your show, keep your money. I'm going to stay where I'm at. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her. I don't blame you, Monique. I'm saying you've made a lot of changes over the past few years. One of the biggest one was leaving your marriage and starting anew, and just, taking on this whole co-parenting thing with your ex-husband and everything. That's a lot. So kudos to you for knowing your worth and knowing what you will and won't do, and sticking up for yourself and for reputation. That's always important. I don't fault you for turning it down. All money is not good money. I do want to see you back on our screens some way, somehow, and something. So hopefully the right deal comes along, and we'll see you soon again. I love you, Monique. And yes, I just wish you the best. I must also add that Candace Dillard Bassett decided to opt out of season 3 of Traitors as well, but not because of Monique Samuels joining the cast. You know, the cast members do not know who is going to be there until they get there. So, you know, of course, you know, there are rumblings behind the scenes about, you know, who's joining, you know. As far as it's concerned, the cast members do not know who else is being chosen until they get to the house. So she did not decline because of Monique. At least that's what is being said. She said she opted out because she is pregnant with her first child with Chris Bassett. As you know, she will also not be returning to season 8 of The Real Housewives of Potomac. But her former castmates and former friend and all over Boar on Real Housewives of Potomac, Robin Dixon will be on season 3 of The Traitors, along with Tom Sandoval, Chanel Ayan, Chriselle Staus, Bob the Drag Queen, and others. Ooh, I can't wait to see this. I'm here for it. Can't wait. Yes. Season 3 Traitors, we're waiting. And now to our final story of this episode. Reminisce, aka Remy Ma, who has a child named Jason Jace Scott, was arrested in connection with the June 2021 killing, unaliving of Darius Galbo, however you pronounce it, was charged with unaliving another young man in New York City. Authorities told People in a statement that Scott and another suspect were taken into custody on Tuesday, June 18th, in connection with the shooting that happened on June 7th of 2021. The person that is deceased name is Darius Galbo, who was 47 years old. The charges were first reported by the New York TV station WNYW and the New York Post. In their statement to People, the police department said that Scott is charged with first and second degree murder, as well as reckless endangerment in the first degree, and 2 counts of criminal possession of a weapon in the second degree. The other suspect, 22-year-old Richard Swigert, was also charged with first degree murder and reckless endangerment in the first degree, and 2 counts of criminal possession of a weapon in the second degree. Police said the New York Police Department told People that the 2021 shooting was in Queens. At the time, officers responded to a 911 call of a male being shot at the intersection of 148th Street and Rockaway Boulevard on June 7th, 2021. Upon arrival, officers observed a 47-year-old male unconscious and unresponsive with multiple gunshot wounds to the head and chest. Police said EMS responded to the location and transported the victim to Jamaica Hospital Medical Center, where he was pronounced deceased. The victim was later identified as Galbo. It's unclear if either Scott or Swigert have retained attorneys who can comment on their behalf. A rep for Remy Ma, whose real name is Reminisce Smith, provided the following statement to People. As many have heard, Remy Ma's son, Jason Scott, was recently arrested. Very serious, unfounded allegations have been made. Remy Ma wished to address the situation personally, but has been strongly advised by her office not to say anything publicly, as most people in this situation are, as this case is still active. To be clear, Jason Scott is innocent, and Remy Ma is committed to proving his innocence and fully supporting her child during this time. We stand by Jason's innocence and hope that the NYPD will conduct a complete and thorough investigation to reveal the truth. This has undoubtedly been a trying time for Remy Ma and her family. While she sincerely appreciates the love and support she has received, we kindly ask that her privacy be respected as their legal team works to prove Jason's innocence. In a 2018 Instagram post, the Grammy-nominated hip-hop artist expressed her pride in her children. My baby forever, my pumpkin, my firstborn, my son. I had him when I was so young and I thought I knew it all. The lean back rapper wrote at the time, along with the family photos. We basically grew up together, yeah, because you had him when you was a teenager. Not judging, because most of the women in my family are teenage mothers. But I'm just saying, yeah, you grew up together because you had him when you was a teenager. But that's neither here nor there. I mean, that's the life of a lot of parents, a lot of people in this country, especially black people. I grew up around mostly black, so I know I've seen a lot of teenage parents, a lot of teenage mothers. who, for better or worse, continue to have babies as teenagers, even though they shouldn't have. But that's going down a rabbit hole. I'm not going to go there. Nonetheless, Scott has also periodically appeared with his mom on TV, on reality TV, where they appeared together on many episodes of Love and Hip Hop New York. Ma, whose career was launched as a member of the Terror Squad rap group in 1998, with artists like Fat Joe and Big Pun, has faced her own legal troubles in the past. She spent 6 years in prison for a 2007 shooting in New York, where she was found guilty of assault, weapons, and attempted coercion charges. And that's the end of the article. Wow, wow, wow. I don't want to say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, but it's kind of looking that way. I really hope that, you know, that this is an error, that, you know, that he was not involved, or not involved in a way that he can be charged or found guilty of these charges that he's been arraigned on. It's crazy. Like, that would be crazy for his mom to have served all them years away, and now she's out, and she, you know, now you could possibly be looking at many, many years behind bars for taking somebody's life. That's crazy. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, and he's so young. He's only 23. Like, too young to be facing all this time in prison. Like, crazy. But it's also crazy that a man is deceased now because somebody unalived him. Possibly Remy my son, or possibly Remy my son's friend. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. That's all I have for you right now. I went through these 5 topics that are hot topics right now, that are in the headlines and the news. And, you know, if I feel like I need to come back and get an update on any of these topics, I will. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all the messages and new subscribers that I'm getting. I'm just trying to build up my channel, and, you know, yeah, just, you know, bring y'all a little entertainment, a little fun, the Zeke Alexander way. Again, thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. Yes, just help me build up these subscribers, build up these numbers on these views, and yeah. And I will keep posting these videos. I'm trying to do more, but again, yes. Again, my name is Zeke Alexander, and come back later and see me. Bye.